Hello everyone, it's Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and I am up today with another 12x12 layout using the Simple Stories Into the Wild collection. This is part of my guest design month with Crazy Craft Obsession. This is going to be one of my last layouts, I think. I do want to film a few more, but I think they will end up coming up in March, and I'll probably maybe participate in Christy's 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. That's my plan at this point. We're still in February, so I haven't started. I need to get a wriggle on. But this might be the last video, or one of the last that you see from me. So I had a few of the chipboard frames left, and they were sort of all the similar shades, like the greens, tealy kind of colours. And I just thought they were cute. I wanted to use them. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to use them all on the same page. So I pulled out this pre-made mixed media background by Vicky Bouton. I had these really cute photos of mostly, well, Lincoln and I, and Lincoln and his little friend whose birthday it was. We were celebrating his third birthday, his little friend's birthday, at a play centre. And they had these, like, go-karty car things. You had to pay for them, of course. So Lincoln was obsessed, as was his little friend, and they would barely get off them. But they sort of were those things that you kind of put money into the actual car itself, and then it drives. So anyway, he had a ball. I had to work really hard to get him to play on something else because at $2 a ride, and they only lasts a few minutes. It was fast adding up. Anyway, I had these photos. I initially had the 4 photos I wanted to get on the page. In the end, I do just go with 3 photos. They are all variations on a theme anyway, so I think the 3 photos that I chose definitely still kind of have a good representation of the fun that was had. And that is the final. You saw me faffing about for ages about where I wanted the frames to go, and I want that little 4x4 card that says enjoy the ride to be kind of the title. I do add another little puffy title as well. You can see that Go Wild on the left there. I do end up adding that to the page as well, but I kind of am choosing to use that enjoy the ride 4x4 square as almost as the title. That was from one of the cut aparts sheets in the collection, and that's the only paper. Oh no, I used one other little cut apart, this one here, the one I just put down there, with the little lion's head, because it was that same green and it goes with the lion's head on the other side of the page. So I decided that's the only paper I use from this collection on the page. Everything else is the embellishments, and then I've just matted the photos in white cardstock. So yeah, look, go me. Definitely stretching this collection. So I'd had this little safari car as part of the sticker sheet, and I knew I definitely wanted to get that on the page, but I thought before I stick anything down, or stick the embellishments down, I need to make sure my photos and my frames are all stuck down. Now these frames aren't self-adhesive, so I'm just adding a little bit of wet glue, and I'm going to stick those down. I'm adding quite a lot of wet glue because I found on a previous layout that they needed kind of glue all over them to really adhere well to the page. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to stick them all down, all the frames down, and then I'm going to stick my photos down, and then I'm going to come back in. And I don't do a lot of embellishing to this page. There's obviously a lot going on with the pre-made mixed media background, and the frames are pretty full on, and my photos are really busy. And so I don't do a lot of embellishing. I don't have a heap of embellishments left anyway, but I don't do a lot. And obviously, I mean, this is not a layout about animals, so I didn't want to put too many random animals on the page, but I did get the little car that was in the sticker sheet and a few other little bits and pieces. As I said, not too much. I guess technically there's 3 embellishment clusters, but they're not kind of super clear. So anyway, I'm trying. Something a bit different for me is not that I'm lining things up with a ruler, I'm not, but I'm definitely going for more of the like straight edged look. Normally I'm all about the wonkiness because that kind of hides the people who aren't great at lining things up like me and don't like to use a ruler. The kind of deliberately on an angle wonkiness means you don't really have to worry. You don't have to worry if it's not straight. But this one, I don't know, I was just feeling the sort of more straight lines with the frames and obviously the 4x4 card and that little 2x2 lion head as well. Like, you know, there's a lot of square and straight edges on the page, and so I just felt like with the photos, rather than make them deliberately wonky, that I would make them deliberately straight-ish. As I said, I'm just working on my little clusters. I do add another lion's head in because I kind of, the two at the top, you know, they're quite bold, you know, your eye goes straight to them with that kind of orangey, browny colour. And I thought, you know what, if I just add another one in the corner, it'll create that visual triangle, and I think it will help with balance. So I added the lion's head. I actually end up popping this 2x2 lion's head up on some foam just for a bit of interest. As I said, I don't do a lot of embellishing on this page, so I wanted to add just a little bit of different kind of interest up there, because I do end up putting, I guess you'd call it a cluster. I really only add 2 more little stickers, but you know, that's all right. I thought about adding that other little 2x2 square down the bottom because it was the right colour. I did want to get it on the page, but it doesn't make it. Spoiler alert, it doesn't make it. And I do kind of come back to that. I end up trying to work on my clusters first, I'm pretty sure. I thought about trying to get this tiger head. No, didn't like it. Put it down. I was really struggling, I'll be honest. I was really struggling with how to make this work. I don't have a heap of embellishments left, and so I definitely was kind of struggling. You know, I had a toucan. I had a toucan sticker. Why not? That's for a bit of fun. I had a little geotag up the top, and I'm going to, pop my photo up on some foam. I need to pop the 2 remaining photos left up on foam just because they're kind of half on, half off the frames, and so the frames obviously have a bit of dimension to them. So I end up popping the photos up on foam as well. And then you saw me add that little Go Wild puffy phrase, and that's from the Thicker collection or Thicker set. Look, it's pretty self-explanatory here. You can hear you can probably hear my voice is a little croaky. I'm definitely fighting off a cold, I think. It's been a long time though, like it's been weeks I've been fighting this off. But I found today both the children are asleep. I'm like, what is that? It's actually a Saturday. Both the children are asleep and Danny is working, which is, you know, annoying for him and me. He obviously doesn't want to be working on a Saturday. He's a teacher, so, you know, working on a Saturday is unusual. But they've just got some bits and pieces on. And so he's off working today. So I'm just like, oh, I'm home by myself with the kids. I've been doing a lot of talking, maybe raising my voice a little, you know. I've got a toddler and a 9-month-old who likes to get into everything. And so my throat's just a teeny weeny bit sore. And so I thought, oh, well, I'll do my voiceovers while they're asleep. Want to get them uploaded as quickly as I can because I'm trying to sort out my February videos to make sure that they're all going up. I was very late getting videos up in Feb. I had them all recorded. They were even already uploaded to YouTube. I just ran out of time to get them scheduled, which is silly. But that's okay, so I'm playing a bit of catch up. So you may have noticed, or you may not, if you're not particularly, concerned about how many videos we upload a month. But we didn't have very many in the first sort of 2 weeks of February. And then we had a lot in the last 2 weeks or 2 and a bit weeks of Feb. And Feb, you know, I mean, it's not that much of a shorter month, but it's enough that it makes it feel like everything's sort of squished in a bit. So you see me, I'm adding a couple of puffy stickers. I do want to add a puffy sticker to each of the clusters, but it was a bit tricky. So I added a little, turtle and a little backpack. So here's my close-up. I don't bother with splatters because it's got the mixed media background already. And as I said, I think this is one of my last videos. So you will probably see more from me in March. I'm hoping to do all 30 days of sketches, but it's probably unlikely, let's be honest. But anyway, thank you guys for watching and we will see you in our next one. Thanks guys, bye.